Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm gonna be making a tier list of all the imps in Garden Warfare 2. This is going to be from worst to best, and like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. And I'm gonna make this a series with every single character, but let's get into the first character. So all the way at the bottom of the list we have Pylon Imp. I know some people will be mad about this one, but he really isn't that good. It's mainly because of his mech. His mech is probably the worst of all. I don't like his primary that much, like the semi-auto. It shoots 2 at a time. It does have good splash damage, but his primary is just way better than his mech, because his mech is actually very bad. His mech only has 300 HP, the least of all the mechs, and the abilities of the mech are pretty much useless, except if you're playing turf and you're on the point and you're just placing down the bombs, and that's the only thing the ability is useful for. And in the number 6 spot we have Drake. I think Drake is better than Pylon Imp because he has a way better damage output because of his fire damage, and his mech is way better because Pylon Imp is just terrible compared to this one, because this one it does lack range because you can only hit people like when you're right next to them, but it doesn't really bother me because it does so much damage, and the abilities really aren't great, but it does have 400 HP, so that's a good thing because it's just needed for this mech because you can only hit people when you're next to them. And in the number 5 spot we have Shrimp. I prefer Shrimp over Drake because I think his damage drop off is better, and I think its damage is just way better than Drake's. Drake does have fire damage, but this guy, he has a bigger mech too, and his mech it's way better than Drake's because you can use it from long range, but it does have 50 health points lower than Drake's, but it still does enough damage to kill chompers or torchwoods really fast. It can probably just kill every single character in the game one-on-one. Against groups it really isn't that good, but his abilities are better than Drake's. And in the number 4 spot we have Reg Imp. I think Imp is better than the other 3 characters because he has a way better primary weapon. It has a big magazine, and it has a very good fire rate. The damage drop off is not good though, that's a problem with him. But his mech is probably the best mech of all, because, well, it's the same as Party Imp, but we haven't gone through him yet. Well, his mech is just one ability carries the whole mech, and that's Missile Madness. But it does have 350 HP. Pretty much all mechs have that, except for Pylon Imp. But Pylon Imp is pretty much the worst. He is the worst. But his mech, it has a good fire rate. It's not semi-auto. It's just full auto. And well, he does too much damage to put him any lower than this. And the fire rate of his primary, it's really good because he shoots very quickly, and paired with the gravity nade, it's very overpowered because big magazine and fast fire rate is just way too overpowered together. And we are finally in the top 3. But at number 3 we have Slywag Imp. Slywag Imp, I think he's better than Reg Imp because of his mech really isn't better, but his primary it's very good because it can hit multiple people, and the damage output it's very good. If you get multiple people in a gravity nade, you can kill them like with one magazine, all of them, because it has splash damage, but it really isn't that big. But his mech is actually pretty good. It has 400 HP, and his abilities of the mech are actually useful, just like normal Imp, because one is a bomb that's just very good because you can get multiple kills if there are multiple people stacked on each other, and the other one is like a spin around and it just shoots everyone. But we haven't talked about this legendary ability yet, Yo Ho Ho mode. It's very good. You can acquire it very easily. You only need 3 kills. You get a speed buff. You do like 1.5 times the damage, and you take like half of the damage, I think. Yeah, it goes by like in 10 or 15 seconds, so that's something bad, but it's not too bad because you can get it so easily. And in the number 2 spot, we have the one and only Party Imp. I prefer Party Imp over Scallywag Imp because he has a very good fire rate, a very big magazine, and this mech I think is better because it has the same abilities as the Reg Imp's mech, and well, of course that mech is way too overpowered. You can literally snipe people from across the map with it. The Missile Madness is way too good. And his legendary mode, Party Time, just like all the other party times, you can get it with shares. And that makes it way too easy to get the mode, and it lasts like for 20 seconds, 25 seconds or something. Maybe even 30. But it's way too easy to get, and that's the reason he's all the way up here. And there can only be one on the top, and that's going to be G7 Imp. I don't think it's a surprise to any of you, because everyone should know that G7 is just the best character, maybe even in the game, but he is the best imp for sure. It's really because if you have a good trigger finger, his primary will probably be the best in the game. And his mech, I think his mech just holds him back. I don't think his mech is too good, but it is better than most of the mechs. I think Skywag has a better mech, and Reg and Party. Those are the only ones. But I think his primary is just way better than his mech. The abilities of the mech are just useless. One is like you pull people towards you, but half the time it doesn't even work, so it really has no purpose. And you have a falcon swing or something, it really isn't that good too. But it does have a very fast fire rate, and it has 350 HP, just like most of the mechs, so that's a good thing. Yeah, that's all I want to say about this imp. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for even watching this video, and like and subscribe if you want to see more. Ring that bell to stay notified for any videos I put out, and well, see you guys in the next one, I guess.